All right, folks. Time for another edition of SVP. As stated, it's PVP. I mean, that sounds like an STI, for heaven's sakes. But PVP for 1 week only, and we're going to make it work. As always, a presentation of LiUNA 1611. LiUNA 1611 is BC Laborers Union, and they have contractors looking for members to hire today. Check out 1611.ca. LiUNA 1611 has your back. Jeff, you've been through this before, but it's always been versus Matt. It's never been versus me. So the SVP worked with Matt, doesn't work with me.
Battle of the supremacies of the P's or something.
Yes, something to that effect. Doing some housekeeping from last week, we asked, did the signing of Pius Suter make the Canucks a playoff team? Matt argued that it did. I said it did not. I won on Twitter 53-47. Matt clobbered me on YouTube, though, 44-21. This keeps happening. For some reason, the YouTubers love Matt. So that means I'm still leading, but we're just having these softs of late. So the record is Blake in the lead at 6-2 and 4 draws because of the stupid YouTubers. Come on, folks. Fall in line, for heaven's sakes. Our question today, will it be a short-term extension for Elias Pettersson, or will it be long? And we're not going to nail down exactly the years. Jeff is arguing the 4 to 5 range. I am arguing the 7 to 8 range. The max deals as we've come to know them in the National Hockey League. As always, 2 minutes for each of the arguments. Our timekeeper moderator today, if you will, is Trevor Martins, as expected. Trevor, let us know when you've got your 2-minute time clock ready. And Jeff, being the guest today, you can go first.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Jeff, you're on the clock here. You're going to get going here in 3, 2, and 1.
All right. When I heard the quotes from Elias Pettersson earlier this week, I took his comments as a strong message to Canucks ownership and management that he's not prepared to commit to this organization long-term at this moment. Now, that doesn't mean that he won't be a Canuck long-term. It's conceivable that he plays his entire career in Vancouver. But when it comes to this next contract, I fully expect to see him follow the Austin Matthews plan and re-up with the Canucks for something significantly less than max term. Pettersson turns 25 this fall, and I have always seen him as a pretty shrewd operator on and off the ice, and I think he's going to want to keep all of his options open, and how can you blame him? This is a huge year for the hockey club to prove it is finally moving out of a dark decade and starting to make some progress. If that indeed happens, then I can see EP40 signing on for 4 more years, hoping to build something special with this group and in this city. 4 years at 12 or 12 and a half or whatever the number is, it's going to give him financial security, but it will also allow the possibility of one more massive contract at the age of 30 if he's looking to absolutely knock it out of the park financially when the salary cap has risen substantially, and that's an important part of this conversation. That's why a shorter-term extension makes perfect sense for Pettersson. Give the Canucks a 4-year commitment. Don't lock into something that's going to be below market value before the ink is even dry on the contract. And if things do go sideways for the hockey club, well, the shorter term on the deal is going to make that contract movable, and he won't get stuck in a situation that he doesn't want to be in. The Matthews deal seems to have gained universal praise from all sides, and for many of the reasons I've just laid out, and that's why I think a shorter-term contract makes the most sense for Elias Pettersson. So, as they say in U.S. politics, Blake, 4 more years. 4 more years. You get the point. There you go. Short-term contract.
All right. Just under the bar as well. Well done for Jeff, at least in terms of the timing. Let us know when the timer is ready for the retort there.
Yeah, Blake, I'm just let you know you already sued yourself with the YouTube vote when you call them YouTube losers, but I wish you the best of luck here.
It's lowercase. Come on. It wasn't like an attack.
Your
personally.
2 minutes starts right now.
I mean, these might be rose-colored contact lenses I'm wearing here, but Pettersson goes big this season with the Canucks. Really big. They'll make the playoffs because of it. And the Canucks, therefore, have no issues offering both big-term money over the big term. That's why Pettersson is doing this, betting that he can get the long-term bump. And unlike in years past when going long terms could help grind down a cap hit, for a player this young, the very opposite could occur because you need to buy inflation. The cap is finally hitting the release valve in the National Hockey League, and it is going to be going up and up and up. The agents know this, the players know this, and deep down the teams know this too. You're not buying Pettersson as a 36-year-old with a 7 or 8 year deal where those years would then bring down the cap hit. If he signs a year from now, he's going to be 25. Even on a 7-year deal, he could still sign a pretty good money contract when he's 32 to cover his sunset years. This deal is for all his prime seasons. The Canucks will have no choice but to back up the Brinks truck for the team's first superstar since the prime Sedin seasons. It'll be expensive, no doubt, but they'll have no choice. This would be a PR disaster to lose him, and to sign him to a short-term deal where you lose any of his prime seasons would not be viewed positively. Canucks have a long history with his representation, and they'll be able to hammer out this deal. And the differences between Pettersson and Austin Matthews is that Pettersson hasn't been to the Austin Matthews stage of his career yet. Matthews really wants to see what this team is going to do with its roster because they've been stuck in the first round hump. Pettersson hasn't got that level of frustration even yet. When the Canucks do make the playoffs, that will be seen as profound success for Pettersson. He'll see this as a team moving in the right direction. He'll be emboldened to sign a long-term deal. Just before the horn. That's our SVP arguments for another day. We'll have this posted on Twitter. You can vote for either myself in the long-term deal or Jeff in the short-term deal. And, of course, we'll post it on YouTube where you can vote as well. And we'll gather it all up and let you know what the results are coming up a week.
And just let the
now.
record
Good.
show, I've always been a huge supporter of the viewers on YouTube to this program.
Oh, my God.
So,
Oh, my
yeah.
God. I love you, YouTubers. I love you. Let's just start anew, shall we? Let's just start anew.
No, hit the buzzer again.
This clip brought to you by LiUNA 1611, BC Laborers Union. Check out 1611.ca.